Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will give some important questions which are very helpful for your upcoming class 12 computer science board exam. If you guys have not studied anything for your exams, then don't worry. If you guys study only these questions, then it's more than enough to score more than passing marks in your exam. So without wasting much time, let's start the video. In this chapter 1, that is from typical configuration of computer system, you must study the block diagram of computer system, because if you get the questions related to this and if you don't know anything, then you can draw at least the block diagram, then you will get some marks. And second important question is motherboard and its types, and third one in this chapter is components of motherboard. If you don't study block diagrams means also okay, but second and third question is very important and you will get any one of them for sure. And from second chapter you must study about all gates and boolean expressions, or else if you are finding difficulty in that, then just blindly ignore this question. And because the second question is you will get 100%, and also it is easy to solve. Study about K-maps. It hardly takes 15 minutes for you to study about K-maps if you don't know anything about it means. And study both POS and SOP, products of sum and sum of products. We will directly go for fourth chapter because third chapter is not much important. So in this chapter you must study few algorithms. Those are insertion of an element, deletion of an element, searching of an element using both linear and binary search, sorting of elements, and also push and pop operation using stack. I have made the videos of these algorithms and also executed the program. Just click on the I button which is popping in the above right corner of the screen, or else if after this video you can find them in the description box also. Now after studying all the algorithms, in the same chapter we have few more important questions such as types of arrays, and usually 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional arrays are asked, and there are less chances of getting 1-dimensional array. And also study some applications of stacks, where I have made a video on this also, and types of queues and operations on it. And the last one is types of linked lists and few operations on it. Now in the sixth chapter, that is in the chapter basics concepts of OOPs, you must have to study about characteristics of OOPs and advantages of OOPs and limitations and some applications of OOPs. In the chapter 7, that is classes and objects, the first important question is definition and declaration of classes and objects in both inside and outside the class. And second important question is about a program which they may ask about inside and outside the class definition. And other important program is to show the objects as function arguments. And lastly about member functions both inside and outside the class definition. And you can find these videos also in the description box. In the next function overloading chapter, you have to study advantages, characteristics of inline functions, and also why inline functions may not work sometime. And secondly, in the friend function, you should study about syntax of friend function and characteristics of the same. And a program on friend function is also important. In the next constructor and destructors chapters, you must study about the types of constructor. Usually copy constructor and parameterized constructor is asked, and also you should explain about what is constructor and what is destructor. And from the inheritance chapter, there are only two important questions, and these two important questions 100% you will get any one of them in the paper. First one is types of inheritance, and you should explain everything neatly with the help of a diagram and a simple program to show the single inheritance. And in the pointers chapter, you must study the difference between static and dynamic allocation of memory and a program to swap the two variables using pass by reference method. And from the chapter data file handling, you must study the difference between ifstream and offstream class, and as it is asked many times, and the any three modes of to open a file. Next question is differentiate between read off and write off, or differentiate between get off and get line off could be asked. And from the database concepts, first question is explain about data processing cycle. Second question is to explain about normalization with classification and examples. Third question is to explain about DBMS architecture. Fourth question is to explain about data abstraction. And in the SQL commands, you should study about commands such as DDL, DML, DCL, DQL, and you should explain about each of them. Or they may also ask SQL constraints. In networking concepts chapter, you should study the OSI reference model and types of networks and difference between LAN and WAN and types of topologies and methods of prevention of virus. And lastly, from internet and open source concepts, there are only two important questions. Those are types of e-commerce and applications of technologies used in e-commerce. And now finally, I know that you couldn't cover all these chapters, but if you study only few chapters important questions which I have given you in this video, then it's more than enough to score 60 plus in the board. And I suggest you guys to study about the first chapter because in that everything is easy, and in the second chapter if you are finding difficulty with Boolean expression, then study only K-map, both POS and SOP. As I have said you, it is 100% question. Now study basic concepts of OOPS chapter and function overloading chapter, and constructor and destructor and inheritance also, because there are only two important questions are there. And also study SQL commands chapter, and also networking concepts and internet and open source chapter. If you study only these chapters important questions which are there in this video, then it's more than enough. And the reason I have picked these chapters for you because in the last moment you couldn't cover all chapters, so these are easy chapters which you could study and also score good marks. All the best guys for your exam. Now from my side I have done my work. Now it's your turn to study them. If you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for instant notification as soon as I post videos. Thank you.